Hello and welcome to Northern Undead Asylum with me, GRJDwyer, with a quick spoiler-free review of the first season of the brand new Netflix show, Resident Evil. Yep, that's my best impression of the OG series, which is where I started out. Started playing Resident Evil 2 in 97 or 99.
98, mate.
Can't remember what it was. Subsequently went and played all the games, Nemesis 4, 5, 6, 7, Village,
Code Veronica, Veronica Codes, Remastered, all of them. And then, I've watched all the films.
Poor me. Including Welcome to Raccoon City, which I quite liked. Don't switch off just yet. And I went into this series with bated breath. But my opinion will come in a minute. This season and this series is not made for me. It's not made for you. It's made for the Harrys, the Malcolms, the Leslies, the Sonias, the Siobhans, the Shaniquas out there that haven't maybe played a Resident Evil game before. It does exactly what Capcom and Resident Evil does best. It gives itself a new liquor of paint and it goes out there and stands in a field all on its own and gets a load of new fans to go and buy and invest in all the games and watch all the films. Remember that the film franchise is worth over $1 billion, so they do know what they're doing, Capcom. And that's why these guys have been given license to go out there and do something completely fresh and new. And I welcome it. I thought it was absolutely superb. I really enjoyed this first season. There's a lot to like here. There's a lot to love. There's a lot to find. There's tons of Easter eggs, tons of scares, tons of survival, tons of horror. There's actually quite a lot of humour and just brilliant. I thought the way it was set out with its two timelines in 2022, which is based in New Raccoon City, which is built on the old Raccoon City, and 2036, which is more of a sort of post-apocalyptic, but very sort of 28 days later, Children of Men vibe, where it's, you know, our hero is kind of coping in a world gone bad. Yeah, there's not a lot not to like. We have got ourselves a bunch of new characters and maybe a bunch of new lore if this is canon. It does seem to sit, and I don't think this is a spoiler, it has been kind of documented, it does seem to sit maybe between 1 and 5. It doesn't seem to go into 6 or 7 or Village. It kind of there is something going on in Tijuana, and these guys are from our heroines. Our main characters are from South Africa, so there does seem to be some connection there, and there does seem to be some connection throughout the season, which I'm not going to spoil for you, through to the earlier games. If you are a fan of those, you're going to find a lot here to like, but it is seriously not meant for you. And you know, it is meant for you. It's meant for all Resident Evil fans, but it's not meant to capture you. It's meant for you to just enjoy. If you do enjoy it, brilliant. If you don't, doesn't really matter, because you're going to watch it anyway. You're one of those guys, you know. All the Star Wars fans, they bitch all the time, but they still watch all the shows. But if they get some new fans, that's where the coin is. That's where the money is. Resident Evil on Netflix is streaming now. We will be doing a little bit more in-depth look at this series once everyone's kind of watched it and everyone's kind of got their own thoughts on it, and we'll go back and we'll kind of nitpick and take a few bits out. But for now, I just wanted to give you my first impressions. I really like it. For me, it gets a solid 8 out of 10. I think there's a lot to build on. I would be devastated if it didn't get renewed for a second season, but for now, enjoy.
You die.